All right, we're going to look at saber versus conocer. You should have a fill-in sheet that looks something like this, and the notes can be found on page 56 of the blue Spanish 2 textbook, and that looks like that. All right, so first thing on here says, you already know the present tense forms of saber and conocer. You know these, you've been using these. We haven't explicitly talked about the difference, okay? So saber and conocer both follow patterns of regular ER verbs, with the exception of the yo form. Okay, write that down. Both mean to know, but are used differently. So let's take a look at those differences. Like I said, you've been using these, you've probably been using saber more than conocer, but you have been using them and you should be familiar a little bit with them, especially the yo form, which would be yo sé for saber, which would be I know. But we'll get into that. So for saber, what's that look like on this? Saber means to know facts and information. You can also use saber with the infinitive of the verb to say that you know how to do something. All right, so for facts, you could say, ¿Sabes si tenemos tarea para mañana? Do you know if we have homework for tomorrow? You could also use it for information and say, ¿Sabes quién es el director de la banda? Do you know who the director of the band is? Not knowing the director personally, but knowing who the director is. So that's a fact, okay? Or I'm sorry, it's information. Same idea. And we also have it for how to do something. Sé jugar al ajedrez. I know how to play chess. Knowing how to do something falls under the category of saber. All right, let's see where we're at on the notes. Conjugations. I'm going to scroll down to where it's all filled in. We have sé, sabe, sabemos, and saben. We need to fill this one in. Sabéis. Does that sound right? I'm going to pause this and double check it and be right back. Okay, that is correct. There's just an accent on this E. And the reason that's not there is because I used to not teach vosotros because I did not grow up using vosotros. However, we are teaching it now at school. So make sure you have that and put an accent on the E right here. And then we also have saben. I know, you know, he or she knows, we know, they or y'all know, and they know or y'all know if you're in a place that does not use vosotros. Okay. Make sure you have the, if you take a note of the fact that the yo form is irregular, when you look at the conjugations, se does not follow the typical ER verb ending. However, the rest of these do, okay? The rest of these do. All right, moving on to conocer. Conocer. So conocer also means to know. However, we use it to say that we know a person or be familiar with a place or a thing. Okay? A person or a place or a thing. We're moving past knowing basic facts and information, and we're moving into a little bit of a deeper way of knowing a person or being familiar with a place. For example, ¿conoces al profesor de esta clase? Do you know the teacher of this class? Not do you know who the teacher is, but do you know the teacher? If I asked you about your English teacher, could you tell me where they're from, how many kids they have, what they like to do for fun? You know them well, as opposed to just knowing who teaches your class. That would be a fact. This is to know the person. We also could have, for example, no lo conozco. No, I don't know him. Maybe you just met your teacher and you don't know anything about them. You could say, no lo conozco. To be familiar with a place or a thing, ¿conoces el Club Atlético de Calle 8? Do you know the gym on 8th Street? Are you familiar? In other words, not do you know if there is a gym on 8th Street, but do you know that gym so well that you could tell me what it offers, where stuff's at in there, what it looks like? You're familiar with it. Okay? Let's look at our conjugations. I need to add one in. Let me double check my spelling. Conoceis. Conoceis. Good. An accent on the E here. So, in the yo form, we have conozco. Then we have conoces, conoce, conocemos, conoceis, and conocen. I know, you know, he knows, we know, y'all know, or they and y'all know. All right, go ahead and write those down. Take note of the fact that the yo form, conocer, is also irregular as opposed to regular ER verbs. And we have a lovely Z thrown in there. Okay? Then we've got some work for you to do. Okay. Circle the things that you would say, I don't know, using conocer. Underline the things you would say, I don't know, using saber. Let me look at this. Okay. Go ahead and pause it here. Try it out. Come back. Okay. We've got our answers here. In number 1, el músico talentoso de la orquesta. You would say, I don't know, using conocer, because it's not asking if you know who a talented person is, but do you know the talented musician? Not if there is one. Do you know that actual person? Number 2, la hora del ensayo de esta noche. Knowing the time something happens, la hora, the time, is a fact, and you would use saber. Number 3, como grabar un disco compacto, how to record a CD. This is a little outdated, but knowing how to do something is also from saber. Number 4, es el club atlético enfrente de la escuela. Knowing the gym that's in front of the school, you're familiar with it. Number 5, el cantante colombiano con la voz bonita. The singer, the Colombian singer with the beautiful voice. Knowing a person would be conocer. And number 6, el número de personas que ensaya con la banda. The number of people that practice or rehearse with the band. That is a fact. The number of people is a fact. So you would use saber. Next thing on your little paper here. Fill in the blanks with conjugations of saber and conocer. Go ahead and pause it. Try it. Do your best. Come back. All right. There are the answers. Number 1, yo no sé nada de tu escuela. I don't know anything about your school. So this person's, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a student who was going to be new. They were asking about the school that they were going to be going to. And they're telling someone, I don't know anything about your school. So that would be like knowing a fact. Like, I don't know anything about it. ¿Sabes tú cuántos estudiantes hay? Do you know how many students there are? That's a fact. Number 3, ¿conoces tú a muchos estudiantes? Do you know a lot of students? Basically, it's in English, we pretty much say, like, do you have a lot of friends? Do you know a lot of friends at school? Knowing people is conocer. Number 4, ¿conoces al director de la escuela? Do you know the principal of the school? Once again, if I asked you about the principal, that's a person. I'm asking you, you could tell me maybe where they're from, what their kids are like, what they're like. You know them as a person. Not just who they are. You can't, not just naming the principal of the school, but knowing about them. Number 5, ¿sabe si tiene muchas reglas? Do you know if there's a lot of rules? That's a fact. Number 6, ¿Sabes qué tipo de actividades extracurriculares hay en la escuela o comunidad? Do you know what kind of extracurricular activities there are at school and in the community? That's also a fact. Number 7, ¿sabes tocar algún instrumento? Do you know how to play an instrument? That's how to do something. That is saber. Number 8, ¿conoces muchos lugares bonitos a donde ir? Do you know of a lot of beautiful places to visit? If you know of a place, you're familiar with it, which would be conocer. And number 9, quiero conocer toda la ciudad donde vives. I want to know. That's why it's in the infinitive form, to know. I want to know. Remember, when a verb is followed by another verb, the second verb is left in the infinitive or unconjugated form. So in this case, it would end in ER. I want to know about the city you live in. In other words, this child is saying they want to be familiar with the place. Okay, there's one last look at the textbook. If you need to review anything, that should cover it, and good luck.